The fighting in southern Gaza comes as Hamas rejected a US warning that it's planning an imminent attack in breach of the ceasefire. The US State Department says it has informed the guarantor nations of the Gaza peace agreement of credible reports indicating an imminent ceasefire violation by Hamas against the people of Gaza. It goes on to say this planned attack against Palestinian civilians would constitute a direct and grave violation of the ceasefire agreement. Let's speak to Hani Mahmoud, who's live for us in Gaza City. Hani, let's address firstly the attack in Rafah. Hamas says, as we've been saying earlier, that it is committed to the ongoing ceasefire. Nevertheless, these claims by Israel that they were responding to Hamas fire in Rafah, what more details are emerging?
Well, so far we know in a statement released by Al-Qassam Brigade categorically denying the accusation and the allegations by the Israeli military and the political level and calling them false and baseless and citing that these were unverified claims by the Israeli military and emphasizing the areas where the Israeli military claimed attacks happened or carried out by Al-Qassam Brigade. In fact, it's an area that is considered to be a red zone and under full Israeli control. And also it went on to elaborate that the Israeli retaliation explains that the Israeli Prime Minister and the Israeli military are more interested in sabotaging the agreement rather than keeping it, and also referring to the past few days, many of the Israeli violations, including shooting and killing family members who tried to go back to their homes in the eastern part of Gaza City while crossing what the Israeli military called the imaginary yellow line that has been subjecting many of the areas across the Gaza streets, neighborhoods, and part of residential clusters as deadly areas, because on the ground that line does not exist. These attacks just cast the wave of panics and fear among population who are trying just to shake off some of the fear that they had over the past 2 years and the trauma that evolved over the past 2 years due to the ongoing heavy artillery, the mass bombardment of the area, and they hope this is not going to be a full-scale attack by the Israeli military.
Hani, let me ask you about where you are. Of course, you are in Gaza City. I mean, what are the principal challenges there, given the scale of devastation that we've seen in the city in recent months and the fact people have very little to return to?
Oh, absolutely. And this has been the major issue, and everything is quite limited here in terms, whether it's physical or in terms of when it comes to things that people are hoping for and aspiring for. There is little room left for people to heal and to grow properly. Everything happened at a very fast pace that it did not leave a proper option or proper opportunities for people to heal. There is one example that we keep seeing evolving across the city, that people were not given the opportunity, for example, to mourn and to reprieve properly, given the pace of the attacks that happened due to the ongoing attacks. And right now, at these days, there is still haven't been given the opportunity to do so because of many of their family members are buried underneath pile of rubble, the ruins of many of them buildings that have been destroyed over the past 2 years. And that's just one element. That's one form of the trauma that's been evolving on. There are a lot of things going on also in terms of the physical loss as well as the psychological trauma that keeps evolving on and on.
Hani, many thanks for the update there. Hani Mahmoud in Gaza City.
Don't miss out. Get the full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news and expert insights. Like, share, stay ahead.